In this, the course name is photojournalism. This is a part in the SEEC 1. Dear students, in this entire course, we have 6 units in 2 blocks. Block 1 especially focus on the uh, basics of the photography. Basics of photography in the block 3. There is a 3 units we have in this block. Unit number 1, that is introduction to photography. Unit number 2, photo editing. Unit number 3, photo editing software. Here, why a normal journalist required all these photography basics? You may get the doubt. No, as a journalism students, we have to know basics of photography, because nowadays the only journalist is the all-rounder. He he has a tool, that is a camera with him, so the he can capture the photos, he can collect the information for writing news, he can give a photo feature in the newspaper, all roles by the a normal journalist only. A normal journalist only. All these roles are now is the work of a normal journalist. So that is why we have to know the basics of journalism, basics of photography, and about the photojournalism. In the unit 1, it focuses on the introduction of photography, and coming to the unit 2, that is a focus on the photo editing. Unit 3, photo editing softwares, because earlier limited softwares we have, uh, just paid softwares of Adobe, Photoshop, all those. But now in the mobile phones, uh, non-paid means a free software is available in the in we can do it through mobile phone also, not required a computer. So that is the facility now available in the present day. So we must know about various uh, photography basics and softwares, all these. Photography is a tool that helps communicate to others that they find beautiful and important in a daily life. This is a normal statement for the photography. But coming to the journalism, the role of a professional journalist, photojournalist, is more crucial than ever. They go behind their limits and capture what a human eye cannot or neglects to see. Approaching photography with an artist eye differs from taking a snapshot. Now we see many of us taking photographs for any occasion happens in our home, our family. That is not a professional photography. For professional photography, it is required some basics. We have to know. The artist can communicate expression such as joy, sorrow, humanity, humility, or wonder. All these is because of the a professional photojournalist, photographer. First, we will just think about a photojournalist, a photographer, not a photojournalist, a general photographer. Can later technology determines the techniques, the role of professional journalist is crucial. Along with learning about the camera, its parts and functions, knowing about the principles of composition and the principles of photojournalism will be helpful to those who are using professional camera as well as the smartphones. See, already we have discussed, I explained you about the uses of smartphones. Now we have all options in the smartphone only, not required DSLR, SLR. With the smartphone, it will come with a quality picture, 200 megapixel, uh, that kind of a good quality camera phones now available in the market. Learning about photo editing software and techniques of editing photographs will further improve the skills of a photojournalist in making photographs more attractive and meaningful. You are now a student. In future, if you want to select the photography, photojournalism as a professional, you have to learn the basics of photography and also the basics of the profession of a photojournalism. All these there are some we have a units course. In this course we have 6 units. All these we will cover as many as uh, we will give you the information, the student, what you have to learn in this session. There are also certain legal and ethical issues associated with photography. A normal photographer is not required, he is not publish any photographer in any newspaper, but photojournalist who publish the photos in newspapers, he publish photos in websites, in some photographs in the video also. That is why, while we have to publish a photo, we need to know the legal and ethical issues. All these aspects are covered in this course. The course is divided into 2 blocks, each block consisting of 3 units, while the first 3 units is in a block. One deal with the photograph, next 3 units, next 2 units deals with the photojournalism, another block. All topics in the paper in this course have been covered in a comprehensively and easy to understand the all kind of students. Coming to the focus on photo, first unit, first block, we have photography is the art of what? Art of capturing with a camera, usually via a digital sensor or film, to create an image. With the right camera equipment, you can photograph wavelengths of a light invisible to the human eye, including infrared or radio waves or UV. This is possible. The first uh, permanent photograph, here we need to know some history also, because without history we could not say the future. The history, coming to the history, the first permanent photograph was captured in year 1826. Some sources says it is in 1827. Whatever it is, maybe 1 year is no issue. By Joseph Nicephore Niepce in France. Next, color photography started to become popular and accessible with the release of Eastman Kodak's Kodachrome film in 1930s. That Kodachrome film gives the color photos. Earlier, only just black and white photos. In the unit one, we will discuss about the camera and its functions, types of camera. There is a shutter, aperture, types of films, lens, filters, camera angles, and also composition. Why we have to know all these? This is not exactly the part of a photojournalist. It is a looking by the photo editor who sits in the office or desk, you may think it, but it is not a matter because of we our nowadays already we have discussed for the small newspapers there is a separate photo editor. As a photojournalist, we have to look in, we have to correct it, we have to make the photo to be visible to the reader clearly and accurately and give all the details. That is why we need to know various functions, parts, angles, apertures, all these in this unit. Coming to the first, photography is studying photography will allow you to extend your skills as you immerse yourself in the subject whilst surrounded by you by peers with the same passion for imaginary. You will gain confidence as a photographer, learn about all aspects of the medium and its pioneers, all while building up a support network of like-minded people. A photographer is a professional that focuses on the art of that is art. Already we have discussed that is a one kind of a art. Photographers use artificial and also natural lighting to snap pictures of various people, places, things in variety of settings. Some photographers focus on studio work, while other explore the natural outside world, wildlife. These are many types. There are a variety of photography niches that one can choose from, be able to uniquely showcase their artistic ability with them. Now, coming to discuss on the camera parts. What are the main camera parts and their functions? The lens, which is made of a glass, is used to let light into the camera. Some cameras have a single or a built-in lens, while others have a detachable lens. We see a photographer in a functions or a photographer who captures the sports. There we see a lengthy of a lens. So various angles is there. So he can adjust it always. He or she can adjust and take captures the perfect photo. The types of lens you use affect the appearance of the image. Some lenses create distortion while others create a very close approximation to what is seen with the human eye. Next to the lens, we have to know about the viewfinder. The viewfinder is the area on the camera that you through in order to compose your shot. See, there is a one shot, one we see in many cameras one open viewfinder. Some cameras are there. So just we open it, we see openly, or otherwise it's if we close it, we will see from the main areas. But this is gives us uh, a picture, clear picture, what you are going to capture it. The viewfinder is the area on the camera that you look through in order to compose your shot. For some camera, an LCD screen, that is I already speaking about that. LCD screen is used as a viewfinder, or your camera may have the option to use either one. Once your photo is taken, it may not look exactly like what you see through the viewfinder. Factors such as lighting, lens, camera settings, and your camera's capabilities, all this will affect the finished result. Later we can modify it in the uh, in photo editing. That is a later decision. But while we have to capture, we must be take precautions of all these items like lens, camera settings, and also LCD, all these. You as a photographer determine the final results. The next one is mode dial. What is mode dial? Most cameras today have a variety of functions and automatic features. Earlier, previously only the uh, normal camera, where we have to be include the film, Kodak film or some films or Kodak, like these. They we have to insert the film and later we have to develop in the dark room. This is a very lengthy process. Now all it is became a digital, so digitalized. So it is a made ease us to prepare a photograph. The mode dial, coming to the mode dial, the mode dial allows you to select different options such as automatic mode, program mode, sport mode, or micro mode. Older camera may not have a mode dial because there is only we have to capture it. It will be fixed in the film only. Later we have to develop it, and wait, later we have to take it in a big size, whatever size we want, we can do it. That is the older phone and the digital phone, the difference between the older phone and the digital phones. There are also some compact cameras that use a touch screen for selecting optional instead of a dial. Now it is how it is possible because of the technology. The technology has given these kind of many uh, features in new digital SLR cameras. Next, to discuss about the focus ring, film or digital SLR. These cameras will most likely have a focus ring. Now, we say no one using film cameras because all of now changed. They are now using digital SLR only. 99.99% are using digital cameras. No one is using a very few because they're for the purpose of history, for the purpose of their own interest, they were using, they were used still film cameras. This is now coming to the focus ring. This is a ring typically found on the lens that allows manual control of the camera's focus. You can decide if you want the whole image in focus or just a part of it. It is depends on you. If you focus it with the lens, it will come the entire area. Or if you want only a limited area, you can. Or you when you want a wide area, you can. All this is possible in this latest digital SLRs, digital cameras. Many cameras have autofocus feature in addition to the focus ring. So no need to change based on the lighting, based on the location, based on the area, wide area. Automatically it will be takes, it will be cover which part you have to be taken. Other cameras such as point and shoot cameras will not have a focusing at all, as all of the focus is set automatically. Coming to discuss on the next part, that is the LCD screen. Already we have um, think about this LCD screen. The majority of cameras on the market today come standard with an LCD screen. Older film or digital cameras may not have one, but now the LCD screen is used to view and change options and settings settings, view pictures after they are shot, and on some cameras as a viewfinder. All this is nowadays cameras available on the market. Some cameras allows you to edit photos while they are still on camera, and some LCD screen make this possible. Shutter release button, another important part. Every camera comes equipped with a shutter release button. This is simply the button on the camera that is used to snap the picture. It opens and closes the shutter, allowing the necessary light and information to enter the camera. The amount of time the shutter says open depends on what you have your shutter speed set to. So all these are some important points in the camera. Now coming to discuss of the various types of camera. Cameras already we have now we camera is very because of our smartphone we are much aware about the cameras. Even a normal people, children of 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, not exactly 2 years, the 5 years are old, they are now capturing the images. They have no prior knowledge. They know just a click away it will capture in their mobile phones. Coming to the types of cameras. Cameras are classified in five groups we mentioned in this syllabus. The compacts, mirrorless, DSLRs, and big stuff. All these are some types of groups classified in the cameras. Coming to the compact cameras, sometimes also called point and shoot, probably where your first camera. Already we say a 5-year-old child also using mobile cameras. They don't know all where we have to frame it, where is the lens, where is the camera, even the part in the which is fixed in the that smartphone, mobile phone, but they are capturing the images. There are very convenient, small, light, pool proof, all these compact cameras available. Uh, Now there may advantages. Is there as said is there low profile? They are so small and uh, that you are likely to carry them all the time. That is a mobile phone. Mobile phone camera very small. Even the not even the mobile phones, versional phones, small phones also available now. Compact cameras. It is a very within the palm. It will be fixed. We see in the photo studios, or we see in the photographers who have wild coverage, a big news meeting or big meeting of a party or any political party or any event. They use a DSLR camera, and with they use lenses while taking the sports events. But the small kind of a photo cameras now available, those we call it is a compact. There is advantages, some disadvantages also, because everything has advantage and also disadvantage. It's a very common point. Coming to another kind of a photo type of a photo is a digital single lens reflex cameras. We call it is in a general word that is a DSLR. DSLRs are the serious camera of a choice these days. Through these cameras comes at the price of a serious increase in a weight and a bulk. They are also much more uncompromising on everything that that matters. In a particular, they have interchangeable lenses, which allows you to always have the best lens for the occasion. Even DX cameras have a big enough sensors to allow shallow depth of field and good low light, dynamic range quality. There is an optical viewfinder which allows a framing in the worst light conditions, and it allows is generally more responsive than the electronic screen. Mirrorless cameras are new hybrids which started appearing in 2008. There are different standards. Sony has uh, Sony, Pansec, Olympias. All these are some companies. They are now producing mirrorless cameras. And coming to the big stuff refers. What is big? To bigger than 35 cameras here, which is the digital world, means medium format packs. The economy starts at dollars 15K dollars without lenses, but there is a resolution and the image quality is hard to beat. They have a little interest if you are not printing big, as the difference from high-end DSLRs will be oddly noticeable. They are mostly used by commercial shooters and rich landscape photographers. They use these big stuff cameras. Yes, some technical points we need to know. Some technical points like exposure triangle. What is exposure triangle? By far, the greatest void between the knowledge of a beginning photographer and that of a professional is the knowledge of exposure. Nothing will impact your photography so quickly as spending a few minutes to learn exposure. Spending the next few minutes learning exposure will immediately make you more knowledgeable about photography. There are 99% of the world's camera owners. Digital camera have three tools to control the amount of light captured on the sensor: shutter speed, aperture, and ISO. Simply put, exposure is the amount of light that is captured by a camera during the process of taking a photograph. That is why we say that some photos are overexposed, which means too much light was gathered, or underexposed, which means that the camera did not gather enough light. Next one is in this part we have to know about the shutter speed. What is shutter? Shutter is a, like we know, one coverage, one the door, it will be open in within the seconds. It will be once we have to capture anything, we switch on it, it will be opened. Shutter speed is a measure of the length of a time that a camera allows light to enter into it, and it is measured in a fractions of seconds. The longer that the camera allows light to enter it, the brighter the image becomes, and exposure taken in the black of a night might last 30 seconds or more, while an image at the beach on a bright day might only last 1 by 2000th of the second, means within the second, one divided by into 2000, that much fast. This shutter speed does not only control how bright the image is, but also how blurry the image is. The shutter is a small piece of a metal or a plastic that covers the camera sensor and prevent light from being recorded except for the instant that you take a picture. When you take a picture, the shutter quickly flips up and allows light to reach the sensor for a teeny fraction, right? Within the seconds, means already we have discussed how much speed it is. Next one is aperture. Aperture means the depth of a field and brightness. There is a small hole inside the center of a camera's lens that allows light to pass through the lens and into the camera. The size of that hole is changeable by setting the aperture on the camera. Not surprisingly, a large aperture hole creates a brighter picture since more light is allowed to pass through. When the hole of the aperture is uh, constricted, less light is allowed through. Like how the shutter speed controls two things. Two things. What are those two things? Number one is brightness, and the other one is blurriness. These are the two things. The aperture controls two things as well: brightness and uh, depth of field. Depth of field is the photographer's secret weapon. It allows us to make the background of a picture blurry and keep the subject in a sharp focus. You have undoubtedly seen this many times when looking at the pictures in magazines, and you will know how to do it. You may surprise it. Coming to the another point, another aspect, that is ISO. ISO makes the camera sensor more sensitive to light. As low ISO, such as 100, for example, will produce a darker image than an ISO of a 800 that will give a brighter image. The easiest way to understand ISO is to compare it to an audio cassette player. When listening to an audio cassette and cannot understand the words being spoken, you will naturally turn up the volume. However, turning the volume higher also increase the amount of static noise produced. Digital cameras work similarly. Increasing the ISO makes the camera more sensitive to light and produce a brighter image, but it is as the uh, drawback of increasing the amount of a gain in the picture. So whatever we need, that much only we have to be fix it. In case of a more eye, it will be looks like very brighter. If it is ISO is very low, it is very dark. So we must be keep it in some already in every nowadays is very many cameras is coming up with presettings. So no need to be worry which uh, size, which ISO is to be put. So IS already automatic cameras is now available in the market. Camera manufacturers such as many companies like Nikon, Sony, or Canon have all made great strides in improving technology to produce uh, brightness of a photos taken at high ISOs. But there is a still much improvement to be made. If you often find that your images are grainy, uh, you would do well to take a few test shots with your camera at a different ISO setting to see at what ISO your image become overly grainy. Some new SLRs can capture reasonably noise-free images at ISO 6400, and other DSLRs can only get ISO 8800 before the image becomes unusably noisy. Wise camera buyers will pay significantly more attention to the camera's ability to take noise-free images at high ISOs than the number of megapixels the camera offers. See, in the mobile phones, we see megapixels. 200 megapixel camera phones also now available. Cameras fix in many mobile handsets. Next, how to get right exposure, because the exposure is important. When a photographer puts the camera in a manual mode, that is we see once you go and see the camera where available in the photo studios, or we with you, many of us nowadays having the DSLR cameras, our relatives, our friends. So once you check it as a journalism students, you must be know what is camera, or what are the options in the camera. Once you check it as a journalism student, there is a mode dial. M means a manual mode. The photographer can choose the shutter speed, ISO, and aperture without the camera selecting any setting automatically. So already we have I given couple of minutes ago about this example. Many companies now they are giving automatically. No need to set again. There is a just modes, manual mode, or some modes are there. So if you choose an automatically, all will be set. A clear photo frame will come, a clear photograph is comes. I recommend I recommend shooting in a aperture priority mode. In a aperture aperture priority mode, the photographer selects an aperture setting, and the camera then detects how much light is in the scene and chooses a smaller shutter speed for you that will produce a correct exposure. The photographer also chooses the ISO setting, but that will usually be ISO 100 least amount of noise. ISO 800, that gives indeed unless it is indeed for an exceptionally dark scene. Now that you have your camera set to aperture priority mode like A, or on your mode dial, we will replay the wedding scene and see how it impacts your photos. Dear students, uh, we are now learning of various types and various aspects in the mobile, in the cameras, not the mobile, in the camera. Coming to another important topic is types of films, because photographic films is a strip or a sheet of a transparent plastic film base coated on one side with a gelatin emulsion containing microscopically a small high sensitive silver highlight crystals. because nowadays we are not using films. No need to discuss about more about these films, but even though just a basics, because this is a basics, so we must know what kind of films, because how it will be prepared. So already I explained. But there are several types of a photograph film, including the print film. When developed, yields uh, transparent negatives with the light and dark areas and colors. If our color film is used, inverted to their respective complementary colors. So here we need not to much focus on the only types of films. That's just here I'm just giving a little touch on these points, because we must know uh, type films also, film camera. Once you visit any exhibition, any museum or exhibition place, there a photo exhibition place, there will see the earlier used cameras, a big camera, this much size. One camera is used in the year in early 1990s, and later now a small cameras is also available within the two this 2 inches. A small cameras also available. That is depends. It is possible by with the technology. There is the films, black and white films, and also color films. So color reversal film produces positive transparencies, also known as diapositives. Transparencies can be reviewed with the aid of a magnifying loupe and a light box. It amounted in a small metal or a plastic or a cardboard frames for use in a slide projector or a slide viewer. They are commonly called slides. So here we need not to know exact much about the films, because nowadays uh, we are using only digital films. Coming to we have discussed about the color. Now coming to discuss about the black and white. Reversal film exists, but is very uncommon. Conventional black and white negative film can be reversal uh, processed to produce black and white slides, as by DR5 chrome. Some although kits of a chemical for a black and white reversal processing may no longer be available to amateur darkroom enthusiasts and acid bleaching solutions. The only unusual component which is essential is easily prepared from scratch. So these practices are now stopped. Nowadays, all 99% are using only digital cameras. Just we have to exchange from a camera equipment to the computer with a cable, and in the cable and on the computer with the photo editing, we can edit the entire and edit the photo. And now many of us, many using in newspaper printing, they are using TIFF format film photos. In actual camera it is comes with a JPG format, but we are changing into the TIF. So this is about the films, black and white and also color reversal films. But there is a no existence. There is a no one is using these films nowadays. So now all are using only digital. When digital the word comes, where will be the memory is stored? We are captured in our mobile phones, or we are captured in our digital camera. The film, the photo should be stored in a one place where it will be stored. In early film cameras, we picture it, means we capture it. It will be stores on that film negative. Then it will be developed in the dark room, and we may give some solutions, chemical solutions. It will be the photo will be out. But in the digital cameras, where the captured photos by the camera stored, maybe in our mobile phone also, there is a memory cards required. Memory cards are required for the to store the photo. In digital cameras, instead of a films, memory cards are used to record and store the data. They have a number of advantages compared to film, because film is required again, take it and we have to develop in the dark room and add some chemicals. All this is a very lengthy process. In a digital camera, it's a 1 second, within a minutes we will get the printed photographs also. We will transfer it to the all over world within the minutes. All it is possible with the development of technology. Memory cards also referred to as a flash memory, or essentially chips that allows users to write and rewrite data multiple times. We can once we uh, stored from the memory card, we can delete it from the day. And once we stored it in our computer, we can delete from the memory chips, memory cards. So again, we can capture it, the data. And some of our key features of a flash memory cards include their small size. That is one small size, only 2 inches or 1 inch. Some are 1 inches are also available in the market. Their small size and the ability to retain data without a power supply. Memory cards first look up as the storage medium of a choice in a photography. With camera dispensing with the film rolls, to instead rely on the much smaller and cost-effective memory cards, as well as digital cameras. Memory cards are commonly used in mobile phones to store information like photos and music, as well as camcorders to store video. Now cameras are coming with video capturing also. That is the technology advancement. Digital cards, more commonly called SD cards, have been around for almost 25 years or 30 years. Is the most common memory card format for digital cameras. Here you may get one question: how to transfer data from memory card to PC? Most preferable device come with a cables. These cables link directly to a personal computer, or a system, or a laptop, allowing to transfer any digital or data stored on a memory card. If one does not have a device or a cable, however, there are other alternatives. The majority of new personal computers or laptops are now being sold with inbuilt card readers. Even though in a mobile phone, in our new technology cameras, there is a Wi-Fi options, so we can transfer photo from that captured in that camera directly to the various applications, WhatsApp or Facebook, Instagrams or emails. We can transfer it with the use of Wi-Fi. So the majority of a new these allows the card directly into the computer, from which one can access any data stored on the card. There are also standalone card readers one can purchase. These card readers can usually read more than one type of a card. Dear students, so far we have learned about the various types, functions, and various parts of a camera to capture a quality picture. Now coming to discuss on the types of lenses. Lens is very much important because our eye could not catch a long, very much long area, but a camera can capture that scene, which is a very long, maybe it is a, 200, some 1 kilometer long. Our eye could not catch it, but camera can catch it. So that much camera, that much advanced technology cameras now available in this market. How it is possible to capture a long shot? Because of a lens. That is possible with a lens. The creative use of the lens gives a photography its its qualities. They shape the way you see the world through the viewfinder. There is an inherent distorting quality to camera lens, and you have to embrace that to get your vision properly captured on film or in the image sensor. A primary characteristics of a lens is the focal length. A lens focal length is defined as the distance between the lens optical center and the camera's image sensor when focused at infinity. To understand this definition of a local focal length, we need to define optical center as well. A lens optical center is the point, usually true, not always, within a lens at which the rays of light from two different sources entering the lens are assumed to cross. That is a lens optical center. Shorter focal length lenses provide a wider field of a view but offer less magnification. Conversely, longer focal length offers shorter field of view but provide a greater magnification. On digital SLRs, the interchangeable lens focal length is measured in millimeters. The local length, focal length of a lens is usually displayed on the lens barrel along with the size of adapter ring. So here we need to know some basic lenses and characteristics. For example, standard lens and normal lens. What is a standard lens? The standard lens has a fixed focal length, 50 mm, 85 mm, 100 mm, and reduces fairly accurately what the human eye sees in terms of a perspective and angle of a view. In DSL cameras, there is a setting. Coming to the wide angle lens, a wide angle has a shorter focal length, that is a 10 through 24 mm. When compared to a standard lens, this enables you to capture a comparatively wider angle of a view. A wide angle lens is a natural choice for capturing outdoor landscapes and group portraits. In fact, a wide angle can be the only way to capture the complete setting without omitting any important elements in the image. Then another lens type is a telephoto lens. Telephoto lens 100 mm to 800 mm. Telephoto lens can provide you with a narrow field of view. These long lenses enable you to compress a distance and compress the sense of depth as well, and pick out specific objects from far off. They have a strong resolving power and an inherent shallow DOF, where the slightest lateral movement can take a subject out of a view. Telephoto lenses are great for wildlife, portrait, sports, and documentary types of a photography. They enable you to capture subjects from hundreds of feet away. Zoom lenses have a variable focal length and are extremely useful. Zoom in, zoom out. There is a if we can zoom out, it will be wide. Zoom in, it will be short of the area. There is some special lenses also. Special lenses like a macro lens, uh, fisheye lens, tilt shift lens, and image stable lens. All these are some important lens used in nowadays in photography with the use of digital SLR, digital cameras. Coming to discuss on the filters. Filters, why? Lens filters are transparent or translucent glass or gelatin elements that attach to the front of a lens. They protect the camera lens, alter the characteristics of a light passing uh, through that passing the lens or add special effects and colors to an image. UV filters, ultraviolet filters are transparent filters that block ultraviolet light in order to produce the haziness that is noticeably apparent in some daylight photography. UV filters don't affect the majority of a visible light, so they are perfect from from of lens protection, and they will not alter your exposure. Dear students, in this session, there is a more filters like a polarized filters, color balancing filters, and also natural density filter, soft focus filters. All these variety types of filters we are now using in our cameras to capture a clarity and clear pictures. There are specific filters for black and white photography that lighten similar colors and darken opposite colors, thereby enhancing the monochromatic look. Some pictures we see in albums, some pictures with a black and white in the color they used means the photo editors they use black and white pictures also, because that attracts in a, between the color one black and white picture is attracts the viewer. Sometimes we see in TVs also in phone. Sometimes it is while giving a photograph related to the blood stains, we have to give in a black and white photo only in the newspapers also. This is a ethical practice. So we can there is a filter, black and white filter. And also coming to the camera angles, there is a various angles, camera angles. Just I will go through with the titles like a low angle, the high angle, the over the shoulder. There is a extreme wide shots, medium shots, and also uh, medium close-ups. These are some various angles in a camera, so that uh, extreme close-ups. All these are uh, some important camera angles. Composition, another important aspect in this basics. Uh, this element composition is one kind of element in a photography. Composition means the way you arrange the element within the frame, what you put in the frame, and what you did not include in the frame. That is called a composition. Means if there is a composition means the rule of thirds, leading lines, dead center is a deadly, fill the frame, extreme close-up shot. Here is one of the important point is the rule of third. Perhaps the this most well-known rule photographic means, see here on screen my uh, I am appearing on the screen in uh, what is this called 16:9 ratio. Here is a we have to be mark it in a 3 of 3 means a rule of thirds, 3 uh, 9 equal parts. So in all equal parts should be contrast, lighting, image, everything should be covered. That is the rule of third. Here is in my uh, example of my camera, this side is some lighter and this side is a brighter, because exactly the rule of third is not following. Here I am, because this is a light, my the light is here in my left side, here this side only. So there is a no light. If I put here one more light, it will be uh, proportionately all square, all rectangles of a 9 in this entire screen will be a same focus. That is a rule of third. Dear students, so far we have learned uh, basics of a photography in this entire 1 hour session. In the next session, means in the next Sunday, we will learn about more about the photojournalism, the ethical issues, how to capture as a photojournalist, what are the precautions we have to take while taking the pictures, or right to privacy, or ethical issues. These many we have to be discussed in the will be discussed in a next session. Thank you very much, dear learners.